is some headphones. Hey guys, it's Brooke, and I know what you're thinking. Where has she been for 3 weeks? Or you're thinking, oh my god, I forgot to unsubscribe. Why is she in my subscription box? So today is just kind of a casual, like, chit-chat video. I have several different things I want to talk about, and I've got my Sprite. Honestly, I know that I've done really badly at making videos in the month of December, but I've had a lot going on. I know that's the common excuse, but the holidays are just a busy time in general. But the main thing that I had going on that I was like really asserting energy into was the 12 days of Alyssa thing I was doing for Justice for Alyssa that I was running on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter and you didn't see that, basically what it was the 12 days leading up to Christmas Eve, and each day there was a different task where you could help something in the Justice for Alyssa movement. If you don't know what the Justice for Alyssa movement is, you probably never seen one of my videos. We'll link the information about it. I have a whole video on it. I talk about it a lot. I was doing that and I was running a giveaway with it, and I also had finals going on, and I was really asserting myself into that. And as you may have seen in the past, when I put all of my time and effort into 13 Days of Taylor, when I'm really working hard on a project and it's something where I have to have something coming out every day, I don't have time to stop and breathe, I get kind of burnt out and I start dropping other things. Like, my uploads were really inconsistent after I did 13 Days of Taylor, and I was kind of late in planning the 12 Days of Alyssa. Like, I was like coming up with things as the days went on instead of having it all done ahead of time, and I was trying to take up entries for the giveaway, but I was also studying for exams, and it was also my birthday. I turned 18, holler. I don't think I've filmed since I turned 18, so hi. Had a lot going on, and I was like, as much as I love YouTube, I'm gonna do this thing that I'm doing for charity first. So, and that's a cause that's so important to me, and so many good things were accomplished during that week. We got the district attorney's office, who is ultimately the group of people who are gonna be responsible for if Michael Turney goes to trial or not. Their attention was brought to the case, and they said that they actually hadn't even heard about it from the Phoenix law enforcement. And they're talking about it, and that sounds like a case that they would prosecute, which is absolutely a huge victory. And then also another thing we were aiming for as we were still going for media coverage was to get Bella Fiore's attention. Bella Fiore, if you don't know, is another YouTuber who makes true crime related videos. I think she also does like maybe like fashion and makeup stuff. I'm not sure. I'm not like a subscriber to her channel. I've only watched like 1 or 2 of her videos that are true crime related, but she has an immense following, and it would be really awesome if she would cover Alyssa's story. And she liked Sarah's Instagram comment where Sarah was talking to her about covering Alyssa's story, so she is aware of it. And the other biggest victory was that at the very end, we got to 80,000 signatures on the petition. And I don't remember if you remember me talking about the petition, but when I first like started advocating for Alyssa, it was at 10,000. So that's been a lot of growth in 5 months. So that was really great, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out. But I just needed to rest during that. I couldn't do it, YouTube and having that going on, and that was something that was extremely important, and so I had to rest just a while after that. But I am back, and because I'm back, and because I didn't film for 3 weeks, we're about to fit 3 weeks worth of content I wanted to make into one video. Also, the holidays were okay. It was not the greatest, because on Christmas Day, my family found out that my grandfather, who lives in Florida, died on December 8th, and we found this out on December 25th, meaning he had been dead for almost 3 weeks, and we didn't know about it. So that was really not a good thing to happen on Christmas. And also it was like, what the heck? So that's been kind of a thing that's been going on for the last week or so. That's one way to ruin your Christmas. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is Lindsey Buckingham. My favorite thing to talk about. So someone tweeted me on, look at that, December 8th. This was not a good day. Hi Brooke, please do a video about Fleetwood Mac Lindsey Buckingham settle lawsuit. Classy longtime member Christine McVie was the only one to reach out to Lindsey by emailing Lindsey an apology letter stating she had nothing to do with the decision. And I was like really stoked that someone like reached out to me on social media to request a video. And I am so sorry if you're watching this, person who suggested this, because my idiot self said, hey, thanks for suggesting this. I hadn't seen anything about it. Thank you so much. And then they sent me the video, and I said, nice. I will try to have something up by tomorrow. I am so sorry, but we're going to talk about that now. Actually, I wanted to react to it, so I still have not watched this interview, so I'm going to watch it here.
Buckingham is on his own again after being fired from the group earlier this year. Many consider the band's classic lineup sued.
It is?
Now, in his first television interview since being ousted, Buckingham says he and the band have settled
I do not like the word ousted, but let's continue.
the lawsuit. Legally, this is all resolved.
Yes, it is.
And how long has that been for?
Only a couple of weeks, and now we've all signed off on something.
And you're happy with it?
I'm happy enough with it. I'm not out there trying to twist the knife at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to look at this with some level of compassion, some level of wisdom.
But do you feel like you've been kicked out of the family?
I do, but I don't feel that it was something that was my doing.
But that's gotta hurt.
It hurt for a while. I did walk around for a few months with a very visceral reaction to that.
In January, the band was honored at the Music Cares benefit Grammy weekend. But it would be Buckingham's last performance with Fleetwood Mac. 2 days later, he heard from their manager.
Irving Azoff called me up, and he was basically...
I hate Irving Azoff. That's a whole nother topic. Maybe I shouldn't say hate, but that man's always doing something, screwing somebody over.
screaming at me.
He was screaming at you?
He was screaming at me on the phone saying, you've really done it this time. And I had no idea what he was talking about.
Yeah.
He said, Stevie never wants to be on stage with you ever again. And I'm going, why?
Was Lindsey effectively fired?
Well, we don't use that word because I think it's ugly.
Bandmates Mick Fleetwood and Stevie Nicks blamed it on Buckingham's reluctance to sign off on a new tour.
His team wanted to get out on the road, and one of the members did not want to go out on the road for a year.
Buckingham insists he'd agreed to postpone his own solo tour to join the band. But he says Azoff told him Nicks didn't like his behavior at the Music Cares event, that she complained he smirked behind her when she gave her acceptance speech.
It appeared to me that she was looking for something to hang on me in order to instigate some kind of a coup. Irving told me a couple of days later that she'd given the band an ultimatum, and either I had to go or she was going to go.
Do you have any sense of why Stevie would have reached this point?
I don't know. None of it makes sense to me. You know, Fleetwood Mac, the five of us together is, in my mind, is a very sacred thing. There was never really any chance to get anything like closure because that takes perhaps some distance.
It means there's stuff in there that you really haven't ever quite resolved.
I would think so.
How would you describe your relationship with Stevie?
My relationship with Stevie is fragmented.
Yeah.
I think there's still a lot of love there.
Over the years, have you two communicated outside of
I can't with this.
Sure. In sort of spurts, though. In 2011, when I did my solo album Seeds We Sow, I spent a ton of time over at her house, and we got along great. I mean, the chemistry is the chemistry.
Yeah. And there is a chemistry.
There is.
Have you spoken to any of the band
I
members?
have not actually spoken to any of the band, and it's been almost a year now. Nobody. I've had, only in the last couple of weeks, I have gotten an email, which I expected to get from Christine McVie. She wrote me an email and basically said, "Dearest Lindsey, just know that I had nothing to do with any of this. Know that I miss you so much." She said, "I believe deep in Stevie's heart that she would like you to come home."
What did you take that to mean?
That maybe underneath everything, Stevie would like to see me back already, that maybe she feels ambivalent about what's going on. This could be just Christine expressing wishful thinking or expressing something that she thinks will make me feel better.
Buckingham says he's open to getting back with Fleetwood Mac, but isn't expecting a reunion. Have you made peace with the fact you might not?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty much figuring that I won't, because a lot of people who know how convoluted Fleetwood Mac's politics have been will say 2 years from now they're gonna, and I'm like, I'm not so sure. It's something is a little different this time.
Yeah. What is that? You don't know.
I'm not sure. Mail and basically said, "Dearest Lindsey, just know that I had nothing to do with any of this. Know that I miss you so much." She said, "I believe deep in Stevie's heart that she would like you to come home."
What did you take that to mean?
That maybe...
I really should have researched this before doing this video, because I'm about to start crying. Okay. I literally almost have tears in my eyes. Wow. Okay. So he's officially gone. They've settled that legally. I do think that he's handling it very, very well, and that he has grown up and matured a lot since they've had other conflicts. I would like to know what the issue really was at the Grammy Cares, is that what it's called? Grammy Cares event that made Stevie feel this way, because I've seen rumors, that are more so speculation, I think. I don't think she's actually verbally said anything herself about what happened, but it has always sounded like it was a more serious situation than him just smirking at her. So I don't know what happened there, and I'll probably never know what happened there that made her feel like this. I feel like he was a little bit defensive of himself, but, on another hand, does he have the right to be? And the answer is kind of yes. I mean, obviously, I don't know what the exact circumstances are, so I can't make a fair call of who is wrong and who is right in this situation. I think what he said about how there was never any closure and how they've never had a steady place of getting along. They've just been in each other's lives in spurts. That has made their relationship really unhealthy, and I've always thought that, and I agree with that, and I think that could have something to do with it. And honestly, this is just another chapter in the Fleetwood Mac drama. That email from Christine really, I feel like that could very much so be the truth, though. I feel like it's possible. I'm not saying that Lindsey is innocent, because I think it's likely, just from what I know about the band and about the band's history, that he did something at this Music Cares, is that what it's called, performance that upset her, and maybe even if he didn't take it as being some terrible thing she did, which, he can't help how she reacts, And I feel like it had to have been a lot more serious than smirking at her for her to say either he goes or I go. But I feel like that is, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like something could have happened and now, you know, time has passed and it doesn't seem as bad. You know, that statement that Christine made gives me a little bit of hope. You know, I think he is also trying not to get his hopes up that something is going to happen in the future in which they all get back together, and I can't either at this point. Would I absolutely love that? Of course I would. But, you know, I don't have my hopes up for that. Christine saying that kind of gives me that little bit of hope that, like, maybe all love is not lost between them. Maybe it was just kind of like, I don't know, but they're getting so old. Oh, so I'm not really putting anyone in the wrong. I think that Lindsey is handling it really well, and I sense that there could have been a slight overreaction on Stevie's part, but I don't want to say that, and I don't want to accuse her of that because I don't know what happened and I don't know what she's been through. And as I've said in every video I've made about this, Lindsey is a wild card and acts irrationally, and I don't like Irving Azoff though, so I feel like he definitely probably could have had something to do with it. The situation that I always parallel to this is Don Felder and the Eagles, and Irving Azoff was a big part in that. So it just kind of shows. I need to do an entire video comparing those situations. But yeah, that made me kind of sad. Anyway, the next thing I'm going to talk about is my Spotify Wrapped for 2018. I have already looked at this because it came out almost a month ago, but we are going to go back through my Spotify Wrapped. Take a look at how you listen because no one else listened exactly like you. I actually don't remember this part. First, you started off 2018 by listening to I Need to Know by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, okay. And the first artist you discovered was Alex Clare. I have no idea who Alex Clare is. Can you guess how many minutes you spent listening to Spotify this year? I am pretty sure I already know this from going through it, and I'm pretty sure it's the 62,608. Let me just preface this by saying a lot of that is because I go to sleep with my Spotify playing sleep sounds, so that's like a whole chunk of that, because I know most people's is like 30,000 or 40,000 and you're probably like, really? And not saying that I don't use Spotify a ton, but I go to sleep a lot of nights, especially this year, with it playing continually, so that adds up. My options are 69,142, 62,608, 49,978, and I'm going to choose the 62,000 because I'm pretty sure that's right, and it is. And for 7% of that time, you were using your voice device. What does that mean? What does voice device mean? Does that mean I was singing along for 7% of the time? Why does it know that? That got dark really fast. I'm scared. In this video, Brooke cries. She calls the police. Taylor Swift, top artist. Wow. You spent 75 hours with your favorite artist, Taylor Swift, and the pleasure was all theirs. Now, not saying that I don't just listen to Taylor for enjoyment, because I clearly do, but so much of this is from research I did for 13 Days of Taylor. And also in preparation to see her for the Reputation tour, and also this year her music became available on Spotify. So this is of literally no shock to me, and if you watch my channel, probably not to you either. The charts. See, my top song is The Rain and Thunder. I kind of hate that. I need to stop doing that so that doesn't happen. Okay, so my top artists in order are Taylor Swift, 5 Seconds of Summer, Halsey, Casey Musgraves, and Borns, which I agree with to some extent. I was a little bit surprised that Borns was on here, but I did listen to him a lot. My top songs, number 1, Calm Rain and Thunder. Number 2 is Havana, which actually kind of surprised me. I didn't know I listened to that much, but okay. The 3rd is Gorgeous, which I definitely believe. The 4th is Stay Beautiful, which I also believe. And the 5th is Ready for It. Do you see why Taylor was my top artist? My top genres were pop, rock, indie, punk, and country. So that pretty much sums that up. Put your favorite songs from 2018 in a playlist. Some super solid choices in there, by the way. So we're going to open up this playlist and go through it. And I'm just going to kind of read through it because, okay. So going in order, I don't know if this is actually in some kind of order or not, but we're going to read it in order. So the first one is Bad Things by Machine Gun Kelly with Camila Cabello. Number 2 is Ready for It by Taylor Swift. Number 3 is Young Blood by 5 Seconds of Summer. Number 4 is Slow Burn by Casey Musgraves. I feel like those are really strong contenders for actually being the top 5 that I listen to the most, though. I don't know. God Save Our Young Blood by Borns featuring Lana Del Rey. Get Up 10 by Cardi B. Vice by Miranda Lambert. XXX featuring U2 by Kendrick Lamar, Bad at Love by Halsey, The Greatest Show by Hugh Jackman and the cast of The Greatest Showman, In the Club by 50 Cent. Why is that on here? I listened to that on my birthday, and like I'll listen to it like on a throwback playlist every once in a while, but there is no way that In the Club by 50 Cent is this high on my list. Okay then. Bored by B. Miller, Most People Are Good by Luke Bryan, Havana by Camila Cabello and Young Thug, Stay Beautiful by Taylor Swift, Break Up in the End by Cole Swindell, Second Night of Summer by Borns, The Rambler by Blackstone Cherry, Burn by Ray LaMontagne, Ordinary Day by Vanessa Carlton, Peaceful Easy Feeling by the Eagles, Velvet Elvis by Casey Musgraves, Blue Kentucky Girl by Emmylou Harris, My Winding Wheel by Ryan Adams, Consequences by Camila Cabello, Gorgeous by Taylor Swift, Long Long Time by Linda Ronstadt, White America by Eminem, Wilson, Expensive Mistakes by Fall Out Boy, SLUT by B. Miller, A Case of You by Joni Mitchell, The Best of My Love by the Eagles. I don't think I really listened to that much, but okay. I listened to the Eagles a lot, though. I was surprised they weren't in my top bands or artists. C'est La Vie by Vanessa Carlton, Greatest Love Story by Lanco, Homemade Dynamite by Lorde, OMG by Camila Cabello and Quavo, Bick and Head by Cardi B, Babylon by 5 Seconds of Summer. See, Bick and Head, I don't really think I listened to that much either. Like, I listened to the album in full several times when it first came out, but that was not a song that I played a lot. The Other Side of the Door by Taylor Swift, Should Have Been Us by Tori Kelly. That was one of my big songs last year. I don't think I listened to that much this year. Jolene by Ray LaMontagne, Copycat by Billie Eilish, Welcome to Eden by Samia, Pop Lock and Drop It by Huey. That's another one that's like a throwback, but like I really don't think I listened to it that many times. Where You Are by Mayday Parade, Save the Last Dance for Me by Emmylou Harris, Are My Thoughts With You by Linda Ronstadt, Be Careful by Cardi B, Electric Love by Borns, Teardrops on My Guitar, Him and I with Halsey, Swimming Pools Drink by Kendrick Lamar, Smooth Criminal by Michael Jackson, Life's Been Good by Joe Walsh, History Eraser by Courtney Barnett, Vacation Town by the Front Bottoms, Dancing Away with My Heart by Lady Antebellum, Just Tonight by the Pretty Reckless, Business by Eminem, Follow Your Arrow by Casey Musgraves, In Game by Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran, and Future, Alone by Halsey, Lie to Me by 5 Seconds of Summer, Blue Madonna by Borns, She Doesn't Get It by The Format, good song, Humble by Kendrick Lamar, Champion by Fall Out Boy. That's another one where I'm like, I really did not listen to that much. The other one was Wilson that was on here, and I did listen to that a lot, but I really don't think I listened to Champion enough times for that to be on here. Oh My Sweet Carolina by Ryan Adams, Cleopatra by the Lumineers, King of the World by First Aid Kit, Sober by Lorde, Without Me by Eminem. That's another one where I'm like, I really didn't listen to that enough times for that to be on here. Wonderful Tonight by Eric Clapton, Talk Fast by 5 Seconds of Summer, Mother by Casey Musgraves, Never Be the Same by Camila Cabello, White Houses by Vanessa Carlton, that's a definite one, Take My Breath Away by Mayday Parade, To Be Young is to Be Sad is to Be High by Ryan Adams, Mr. Jones by Counting Crows, Fearless by Taylor Swift. I guess that's from 13 Days of Taylor, but I don't remember listening to that much. Mary Jane's Last Dance, Georgia by Vance Joy, Hunger by Footprints in the Machine, Tokyo Narita by Halsey, 13 Beaches by Lana Del Rey, Pyro by Kings of Leon, Rinse by Vanessa Carlton, Mother Love by B. Miller, Strip That Down by Veda Cuervo, which is, once again, I don't really know why that's on here, but me and my mom and brother and sister play that a lot. Power by Little Mix, that's another one where I'm like, I listened to that for like a month and then like I don't really know why that's on here. Sad Beautiful Tragic by Taylor Swift, Cocaine by Eric Clapton, Misguided Ghost by Paramore, Slide by LPX, which is another one I'm like, I don't know how this got on here. June by Florence and the Machine, don't know how that got on here. Pageant Material by Casey Musgraves, She's Got You by Patsy Cline, 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton, and Empty by Ray LaMontagne. And now we're going to do a really fast montage of every single one of these songs. Here we go.
Waiting my turn. Headlights dilated. Racks and riches, Uncle Rick for lit. I wear a tail like a leather jacket. The spiritual, my spirit doing a bit. I ain't saying going away. Go shorty, it's your birthday. Know what's next, I end up in your bed.
'Cause wisdom in your teens would be a lot less fun.
That's on my night and I was a thing on my low in him. Save mine so I can save him for a rainy day.
Go up in the air.
Throwing me that shade like I'm not cool.
Pretty southern girl right out of the dress. Ordering eyes.
Just a day, just an ordinary day.
I know you won't let me down.
The Mona Lisa. I need a Graceland kind of man. That's good enough for this blue Kentucky girl.
So buy a pretty dress.
Pretty tissues, trust issues. You're gorgeous. Memory of a love.
America! Eric looks just like this.
I'ma do just what I learned.
Live in a box of pain.
What's gonna happen today?
Boy, you swallow truth like honey.
Spend my days working.
Top gun pilots fly. All I do is win. Unattractive,
Burn too bright, now the fire's gone. What you don't fall down,
with the little white lies and the walking around with my head down, but I can't hide with these high heels on.
so long since I've seen your face.
I got my leather. Watch your back when you can't watch mine.
Cause God knows I lost myself.
Maybe we could roll. This is wherever you are.
Woman in whose arms you're gonna be. My thoughts with you, babe. For me. Here's a reason for the teardrops on my guitar.
$1 million, so it's down at 10 cents. She be down for whatever.
Just then a song comes on, you can't always get what you want. You're too drunk to hear a word I say. Start the car and take me home.
Oranges, peach, pears, plums, orange.
Although you're empty, I know I always go missing.
Flashing back to New York City.
Strawberry shade.
All books look across your sofa.
Writing on women.
Me something. Be your mistress. Used to have you around.
All alone with a big family and emptiness deep in my bones. I'm closing my teeth around this liquor wet life.
Stack on top of me, so everybody just follow me.
I feel wonder.
time to be dropped like a cheerleader.
Everything I cherish is slowly dying.
Building his arms to be free.
You know I used to be in one league, now I'm not free.
I let you come take the wheel, long as you don't forget.
You got the power.
Beautiful magic of fear.
And you wanna run. Okay.
Fly on and run to the wish I could, but I just can't. The only thing new is say you.
Ash grown tall and brown and still.
So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you feel kind of caught up with what's been going on, and I will see you guys soon with more content. I promise I'm done not making content. And I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Bye.